Hey guys, welcome back to episode 18. We officially legal, but join us in good company, also known as en buena compañía. This is Shanty.
This is Evelyn.
What's up on my sis?
And you already know these are our last teen years before we turn to episode 20. So,
whoa. Y'all thought 19, though. If y'all thought the teens are wild, don't get it started in the 20s. Hey, whoa, when you become legal and you're not sure exactly what you could legally do, you're like, so I could vote.
No. Like, how do I act?
Like, I could buy cigarettes, but I don't smoke cigarettes.
Do you ever feel like when you guys ever feel like when you guys were 18? Well, I'm sure everybody did all those illegal stuff at 18. What age did y'all start drinking at?
Oh, that I'm willing to incriminate myself in front of my nieces that watch here. 21.
I think the first time I ever got drunk was probably my freshman year of high school.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that was embarrassing because it was like a high school party. And I just remember my dad was already on the way, but I didn't know that. That. Yeah, bitch. And I'm over here like chugging a bottle, and it's like my first time ever really drinking. And bitch, I didn't know that it's going to hit me after the fact. Like, so, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm over here, everybody's like, chug, chug, chug. And I'm chugging. And then once I'm done, my dad calls me. He's like, hey, ya voy por allá. And I'm like, wait, what? You're already on your way? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I remember I was telling everybody, and they were like, no way. Like, what the hell?
Trying to sober you up?
Honestly, he was there in like 5 minutes.
Dang, maybe he was already there the time he texted you that he was on his way.
Yeah, he was basically telling me, no, like, hey, I'm about to pull up.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, so I get in the car. Obviously, I'm not drunk yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sober, basically, But I don't know what's coming. Bitch, I get home, and, like, I feel it a little bit, and then I just go to sleep. Like, I lay down, and I wake up with freaking throw up all on the side of my bed. Like, I wake up like this.
Oh,
like,
my goodness.
Dude, I remember I was, like, freaking out because I was like, my mom's going to kill me.
Bitch. Period.
But,
dude, honestly, the fact, safety first. You vomited on the side. Imagine you would have, like, throw up in your sleep.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what my mom said.
Wow.
But mom was being really cool about it. She was just like, oh, let me clean it. Like, she was cleaning my sheets. Like,
oh, someone was being a girl's.
She even made me a drink for my headache and shit.
I'm dead. Not the hangover drink.
Yeah, literally. But, yeah, never. I mean, I can't say never again because I did get drunk again. But, dude, I just remember feeling like that. Like, I don't know why people would do this.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You feel like shit. Hey, bitch, I do it again.
Hey, us 2 weekends ago, dude, crazy. We're done with that though. Hey, us our last episode. We're done drinking crazy like that, bitch. I got blacked out that next weekend.
Bitch, I don't even want to talk about it. I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, why? When I just said I don't get blackout drunk, I don't let it get there. Bitch, literally, I couldn't even make it home. I was already,
bitch, called blacked, not the website though.
Oh. I feel like when I'm on a good one, I get really happy and excited, especially when I'm with a group and a crowd. Mm-hmm. When I'm with the girls, I get even more lit, and I meet more girls. It gets fun until you meet like those rude girls that are like giving you the vibe. You're having a good time, they're just staring at you like, dang, hating. Sorry. Yeah, I was like, sorry. I was like, clearly you're not a girls.
Those are pick-me's.
Pick-me girls.
Or haters.
Right. Have you guys ever dealt with someone that's not a girl's girl?
Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm like, where do I start? Middle school is probably like the biggest one because I consider her a best friend, and she was just very like boy crazy. Like, now that I look back.
I mean, when I think I already know who you're talking about.
You do know who I'm talking about? No.
Oh, JK.
Oh,
I'm dead.
I thought I knew. But.
So every time I liked a guy, like, or I said that guy's cute or whatever, she would go get at him.
Oh my goodness.
Or she would end up being like boyfriend and girlfriend. And I always let it pass because I'm like, I don't really like these guys. Like, I just think they're cute. Mm-hmm. But then she got with the guy that I like had really strong feelings for, and she knew because she was my best friend. And she didn't even tell me because she knew it was wrong. And it wasn't until I was on MySpace.
That top 8 though, it revealed a lot.
Literally, I was on MySpace, and she posted a picture with her leg on top of his legs on MySpace, and that's how I found out. Yeah, and they were at the Boys and Girls Club in the gym. Like, I knew where they were at everything. I was like, no fucking way. I remember I was like crying because I was so mad. Because it wasn't the first, the second, the third. For me, this was like, damn, it's the last straw. Final. And it's like the biggest thing she's ever done to me.
Yeah.
And I remember that's when I had enough and I told her something and it started to become beef. Like, like, hey, Isis was there. She.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. They just say it was posted on Photo Bucket, right?
Yeah. Let's just say the whole school saw because I remember it.
Yeah, bro. I remember Isis was like a little owl, like a little birdie telling me what she's saying.
Bro,
and then
a birdie or an instigator?
Or a parrot.
A parrot?
Hey, just repeating what we're saying.
And nature is beautiful, so thanks for calling me beautiful.
Hey, and they're smart, I'm just
saying.
But one thing is they don't shut up.
Hey, she said perico. So what you said, I heard, and I said. That's all I had to say. Don't say what you had to say. If you said what you said, then I said what you said too.
But it was just funny.
Old me.
Bro, I remember I was pissed, and then it went from like us talking shit to like really setting up a date to get down. And I remember someone asked me like, "Hey, wants to fight you tomorrow."
No.
That was her. That was you?
Hey, not me.
The name.
Oh, you did say the name.
Hey,
yeah, we're gonna bleep that out.
Yeah. Hey, beep wants to fight you.
So, I was like, dude, she wants to fight me. And little did she know I was in karate for like 2 years already. I mean, maybe she didn't know because she's my best friend, but like, I didn't brag about it.
She didn't know about the skills.
She's not giving all the signs still. I'm not going to say her name, but she was my best friend.
I had a lot of best friends during the time, but she was like one of my mains. Okay. But, no, I just remember like everybody was coming to me at, like, during school. Is it true? Are you really going to fight her? And every time I said, yeah, everybody was shocked. And I don't know if it's because I just didn't look like a person that would fight and I'm little, but I just remember everybody was shook and they didn't believe me. And no one believed me, even though I kept saying, yeah, I'm going to fight her. And even after school, I'm literally changing into my PE shorts and putting my hair up to get ready. And people, as I'm walking out, people are asking me, like you were there too. Everybody asked me as a group.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Everybody asked me as a group, are you really going to fight her? And I was like, yeah. And everybody was like, hey, everybody got crazy. Bro. And then Isis with her digital camera, she's already recording everything.
It just was ahead of my time. I was there like,
Literally.
go, if you're gonna go, just go.
Literally. And I remember everybody was cursing and shit. And she's like, hey, shut the fuck up. My mom's gonna see this shit. And then someone in the back's like, aren't you cursing though?
No. At least I was trying to set the example.
You know what's crazy? I actually remember that but I didn't know it was you who said that.
Oh, yeah, that was me. Oh, yeah, and was it my cousin? Was it Jaden?
I think it was.
It was Jaden. Yeah, it was Jaden. Yeah, that's right. He was like, everybody shut the fuck. Or I said, everybody stop cursing. Yeah. And I think I was like, bro, what the fuck? You're cursing. Like,
no, bitch, I remember you saying that. You're like, everybody stop fucking cussing. Oh. Because you want to show your mom the video.
If we find the video,
I would like to say I did not show my mom that video. I was definitely capping though, because my mom would have been like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, she knew me, so yeah, I did not want her to see that video.
She did not see that video.
But yeah, and then we get to the trailers, and then she got down, popped off. I never got caught. I think she did by like the elementary school by then, but I never got caught. They asked me. The principal saw me, and he's like, "Do you guys know the girl that was fighting, so and so?" And I was like, me and the girls that were with me, we literally were like, no. And then we just kept walking and I never got caught. Yeah. But yeah, so I've encountered bitches like that. She's not the only one, but I feel like she's the one that led to, a fucking fight and shit.
What is the definition for you, a girl's girl?
A girl's girl? Mm-hmm. I think a girl that's not boy crazy. I think a girl that's like, doesn't see women as a competition, and see women and appreciate them and their beauty and everything. Like if the girl gets dolled up or gets her body done and she's not over here talking shit, like she's supporting her. She's like, hey, if that makes her feel good, let's make her feel good. Like, even if she wouldn't do it, she's still like, hey, like I'm gonna support her. Like that's her choice. That's her decision. That's how I distinguish like a girl's girl to a girl that's like, boy crazy or not, or a hater or whatever you want to call them. But they just always talk down about women, you know,
Yes.
and they always have men up here. And there's there's nothing wrong with having men to a standard, but it's like if you do it to put women down, right? Like, bro, you're a pick me, like straight up.
Pick me, know the difference, because I like how you said it though. It's not a competition. The way I like to see it, it's more of an alliance than a competition. It's like, I'm working with you. Like, we're on the same team. Yeah. But the minute that you want to try to beat me on something or you want a guy, girl, you can have him. Oh, yeah. But I like the pick me, like, I don't like the pick me girls. But that's how I would say, if you're not a girls, then you're probably a pick me girl or some other kind of girl.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree. I would say a girl's girl is an ally to women. Like, that's it. Like, I'm here to support in every way. You know you're not a girl's girl if you're looking for the ash in the pretty girl's feet. Like you're looking to see like, oh, her lash glue wasn't clicking right there, her inner corner, and it's like, but she looked phenomenal. Like the bitch was looking so pretty. I didn't even. That bitch could have been a lash could have been lifting. You know, it's like those particular group of women. Like, and I think a lot of that stems from insecurity. Like if you're really secure in yourself, and don't get me wrong, you can have insecurity and still be a girl's girl. But when it's jealousy, when it's that kind of jealous insecurity where you're just like, you're projecting, you're like, oh, she got her body done. She couldn't just hit the gym naturally and grow her ass. Girl, not everybody wants to motherfucking hit the gym. Some bitches want to pay 10, 15 racks and get that you ain't fuck me, you fuck the old body. This ain't Nikki, this ain't Nicole, this Nikki body. Like, damn, you know, you don't have to want to be on that wave. You could just enjoy the view from the outside, you know? Like there's nothing wrong with that.
Like there's nothing wrong with you saying I wouldn't do that, but if that makes her happy, if that makes her feel better, who am I to judge, you know?
Respecting and loving from afar, you know, oh my God, good for that girl. Like, who cares? Like, a guy could, especially guys, you'll hear a guy say, didn't she get her body done? Or didn't she sleep with this? Like, okay, I mean, do you know her? No, you don't know her.
Yeah,
like,
and you still can't probably fuck
assume,
her. So.
Like, people who easily assume about a person that they, like a girl that they've never met. I don't know. To me, I personally like meeting the person more before I actually talk crap. Yeah. Before I'm like, okay, yeah, she was a bitch to me.
You want to judge her character.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to judge her character and how she is in person, and see if she is the person that she is, rather than assume.
Yeah. 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 Because I think at the end of the day, like being a girl's girl, it just honestly is gonna help you build a bigger community. If you're constantly looking for the ash in the pretty girl's feet, like you're just living a really sad life. Like you just can't enjoy, and the fact that you put on lotion and CeraVe and put a sock on over so your ankle is really motherfucking soft and supple. Like, what does that have to do with you? I feel like if someone's not doing something to hurt you, then go ahead, you know, like allow them to be happy. But if it's something that maybe they're hurting themselves, you or others, then yeah, definitely talk your motherfucking shit. You feel me? Like Ariana Grande, I'm sorry to that girl. She is not a girl's girl. I'm sorry. I know it's over with, but I'm just saying, like, she's a motherfucking homewrecker.
Yeah. I used to have an old friend when kind of the same story with Chantel, when I would be interested in a man or I was talking to a guy, like she would put her voice would change, the way that she spoke to them. And I remember once I was talking to this guy and she knew I was talking to him, and I invited him over to this like game night we were all having. And then she like goes up to him and she's like, do you think my outfit's sexy? And I'm like,
oh, hell no.
I was like, did she just say that? And then I remember I told her, I was like, I don't know if I actually like really like this guy. So I was like, I kept blaming it on me. I was like, maybe she like misinterpreted because I said that I wasn't sure if I liked them enough. But then I was like, no, at the end of the day, a guy that I was talking to in front of me said, do you think this looks sexy? I'm like, that was disrespectful to me, but I didn't see it back to I thought, I was like, oh, maybe she just did it with no intention. Yeah. But there's always intention of those comments.
Always.
Yeah. And that made me realize, yeah, this girl's not a girl's girl. But I ignored a lot of red flags from that person, that it would consistently happen in different situations. Or when I'd bring someone else around that I'm talking to, and she would like kind of like shake her butt on like close to them so I could see. I don't know. I just thought that was weird. And I kept thinking it was normal until I'm actually in a really good community of girls like them, or I talked to them about it and like, that's weird. That is weird. I personally would never do that to any of my friends. Yeah. I don't even get near my friends. Man's like, if I do, I'm like, yo, can you tell him this or what he thinks about this? But if I need any question, it's just like, that's not, it's not nothing I should mess with.
That's just a boundary. Like, that's a common sense boundary that you just don't cross.
Yeah.
And I think it was her word choicing. Like, she could be like, oh, do you think this outfit's cool? Like, you know, because sometimes you want to get another perspective, but do you think this outfit's sexy? I feel like
sexy is
that's
like
a different thing. Because I feel like I would feel weird if you guys were to come up to me and be like, oh, do you think this is sexy?
Yeah.
I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck? You can ask me if you think that's sexy. Like, at the end of the day. But if you're like, oh, hey, Brian, what do you think? Do you think this is cool? Like, yeah, that's fine. Like, that's fine because it could be presentation wise. It doesn't have to be like the sex appeal of it, you know? Like, it's more like, oh, what does it look cool? Like, because maybe like, oh, I'm not sure about the fit. Like, how does it look? Because I'm a person I like to ask opinions, you know? So I think it's her choice of words. She was intentionally using the word sexy because she wanted to trick his mind into being like, ooh.
Is it sexy?
Is it sexy? Her chest, her ass, her body. Like, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah. And from experience from having many female friends and always having a female group of friends, red flags is if their world revolves around men. Like, getting men's attention. Like, you go out to the club and they're already trying to get with the guy. Like, that's their focus. It's like, oh, let me look cute for a guy. Or let me see what a guy I can catch. Or it's always about a guy. Then that's a red flag to me personally. And not just from experience, because not only like the pick me part or whatever, but if they get with a guy or they have a boyfriend, typically they end up just like forgetting about you, you know, like their life is their man and they're like, bye, you know, until they break up or they're toxic and they're back on like, hey, oh my God, you know, they're just using you. And that's what I've learned. It's like, you got to be around women that appreciate women, like, you know, that value women and really see women as like a sisterhood and not as like, oh, just for right now.
Yeah,
you know?
I totally agree. Because I think at the end of the day, you think if this person is talking poorly about someone that they said they care about, why would I be the exception? It's like it's very rare to meet someone and you meet them and they talk shit about hella people, especially people near them, and they're not going to talk shit about you. The chances are almost slim to none.
Yeah, because you're not special.
You're not special.
Not different.
And they're looking to, if you are special, they're looking to pick and make sure you're no longer special. They want you to be ordinary because they themselves are not extraordinary.
Yeah. No, I've also encountered women like that where they nitpick everyone. If I said, oh, this woman's pretty, oh, but da-da-da-da, or oh, this, or did you see her feet? Like, there's always something negative. I've known females where they would have group chats where they would send selfies of girls and talk shit about them. Like, in high school, obviously, because it's high school shit, but it's crazy when you think about it. You're like, damn, this girl was a hater that she went out her way to talk shit about this girl's selfie in the group chat. Like,
and probably go and like the bitch's picture on Instagram.
Yeah, like that's insecureness. Like that's
But like let's make it obvious. Like it kind of seems you're obsessed with her. You keep screenshotting photos of her. You keep sending them in the group message. I don't know how, I was like, it's so weird how this person liked her photo, but then you like the same photo. Just say you're obsessed with her. Say you want to be her. And that's not insecurity. Like, and I think once you build that community and you find the right friends, that's why they always say it's hard to find the right amount of girlfriends. You always you guys ever get those comments where people are like, honestly, girl, I think it's great how you guys have that great like girl group friendship. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's hard to find.
Yeah. Because
you encounter so many of the not girls.
With bad intentions.
With bad intentions. And are always looking for things, like you said, it could be a beautiful woman. It was like, I don't know, though, girl, her ankle looks weird there. Her ankle.
Yeah, and I feel like, again, it's always going to be a reflection of you. If you're super happy and secure with yourself, you're not going to be worried about what people are missing. Or what people have that you're missing. Like, you're just going to be satisfied with what the fuck you have. I remember Chantel had this one best friend. Let me tell you, she was not a girl's girl. Hey, girl. Because I know she's watching.
Stop.
If you want, you can crop that out. If not, you can keep it in. I don't care. It's cool if you guys are like, bitch, you're talking about a girl's girl and you're throwing shade. I'm sharing my motherfucking truth. If I'm lying, lightning will strike on me right now. I'll wait. But I knew she was not a girl's girl, And I knew sometimes, you know, when you love people so bad, not me, I'm talking about Chantel, you can't really see their true intentions. And I would always see how she would always try to make Chantel less than. She would always try to belittle her. She was not as smart as her. She couldn't even say she wasn't as pretty as her because she knew that was a lie. But whatever the fuck, like anytime people be like, oh my God, Chantel. One time they confused her for Chantel from the back. They must have been blind. And there was a, you know, like they were definitely like more middle-aged. So they definitely needed glasses. But she was turned around from the back and Chantel, and they were like, oh my gosh, Chantel's like, me? Chantel's aunt just thought like I was Chantel. Like and the whole night she was Chantel. But the moment Chantel got an opportunity that was better than her, it was unfathomable that Chantel can have this opportunity, but she couldn't. Like, babe, like that's a reflection on you. And I feel like that even translated in our friendship. Because I feel like she started getting jealous because I had transferred my high school and I went to the same high school as them my senior year. And she started being so weird to me. So weird to me. She always wanted to distance herself from me. Whenever I had problems, she was never there to support me. But every time she was trying to break up with her man because the motherfucker turned and looked in her direction and blew wind in her direction, like her fucking pussy would flutter. Like, it's so crazy. Like, I'm just saying, like, this is someone who I immediately cop. Like, this is not someone who genuinely cares about me.
Yeah.
She's friends with me out of convenience because she's friends with Chantel, but she does not truly want to be my friend. Because when I have needed her, she's always been absent. She was never there. But every time she needed someone to call, I always picked up the phone and I stayed and spoke 2 hours on the phone with her trying you know? And so even at this point, I wasn't even friends with her. That's how much of a girl's girl that I was. I was willing to sit down and spend 2 hours on the phone, having her go back step by step. Anyways, I sat there, I let her speak. And it's just like, I think to myself, all the opportunities I gave her because I wanted to be a good person and I wanted to support her and I wanted to be cognizant of the relationship she had with Chantel. And the whole time this girl was just trashing me, lying on my name, telling my close friends lies about me that I have photographic evidence to back up with.
I think a lot of it had to do with jealousy, mostly insecurity, but jealousy too,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She was jealous that there was someone coming in her friendship, and it's like, girl, you know, I've been friends with Chantel since forever. Why would this be a shock to you?
Yeah.
That's like me being jealous of Amanda. Why would I be jealous of Amanda? Amanda's gonna have a special place in your heart because that's your OG, you know? So it's just like she comes back in, you know what I'm saying? Like it would be like a no-brainer.
Yeah. No, and I will say, like, once you transferred to our high school, yeah, she is like a switch with her. Like, she started getting really jealous and like really, how do I say?
Overprotective, territorial.
Yeah, like she was just not having it. Like, she didn't like that I was just with Isis all the time. Because Isis and I went to different high schools. So we would see each other here and there. We didn't have cars. Like, we know it was like, oh, if I got a ride or if I was, I don't know, just we'll find our way. But with the other girl, I mean, I was with her every day because we live close. You know, we live down the street. So we did build like a tight-knit, you know, friendship. So when Isis came in, it was to her like oh, she's disturbing. Yes, she's a threat. Like, oh wow, like Chantel's not all about me anymore, you know? And little did she know, it's like Isis is my day one. Like, she's my OG. Like,
Beyonce said it, top 2, not number 2.
Exactly. And so yeah, it shit just got weird between us, and it became like a love and hate type of friendship, I feel. And obviously in the moment, I didn't see it. Like, I didn't see like, oh, like this girl low-key hates me but loves me at the same time. You know, I just felt like it was all love. But yeah, there were certain things that she would do that I look back and I'm like, that was weird. You know, if somebody was complimenting me or somebody hyping me up, she would have to just bring something up about me that's embarrassing.
Old shit that happened like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, like when she'll talk about, it's like my feet. She'll talk about my feet for some reason and like make fun of my feet. And I remember even her man saw my feet and was like, and I only knew that she was talking shit about my feet because her man looked at my feet and was like, your feet are not even bad. And I looked at him and I was like, why would you think my feet is bad? And then he just like, oh, like told me that basically like something, a comment was made, you know? And I was like, what the hell? And then another thing that she would always bring up that's like made her look like a bad friend, but she thought it was hilarious to make me look, I don't know. But we went on a trip together and we were like 4 or 3 bitches in one little bathroom. And
obviously, you know what's
I already fucking know. San Francisco.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say I was there. I remember.
Yeah, so we're on the fucking bathroom scrunched up trying to do our makeup, brush our teeth, like bunch of shit in this little counter. And I'm washing my face, and obviously I have my eyes closed, so I'm not looking. And I guess she was brushing her teeth and fucking toothpaste and saliva comes out of her mouth, and I catch it. And I go like this, but I don't know. My eyes are closed. And I don't even know because she told me and she ended up telling the rest of the world. Every time, for some reason, she would love to bring up that story. Like, oh my
Cackling.
God. Yeah, like she thought it was so funny that I put her fucking spit on my face while I was washing my face.
She was like belittling you. She wanted to be up there.
She wanted you to be the butt of the joke.
Yeah, like that's how I felt. Like she would always try to make me out to be a joke. And for me, it was like, oh, I always took it as like, like haha, like I didn't take it because I'm not gonna lie, I'm very secure of who I am. So to me it was just like, oh, like okay, it's funny. But then now I look back and I'm like, wow, that was some hating shit.
She was trying to tear you down, and little did she know she didn't even tear you down because you were so secure that it didn't affect you.
No, and I remember someone even told her when she would say that story, like, that's kind of fucked up on your part. Like, I remember someone straight up told her, like, how are you going to know your homegirl's washing her face and then spit in there?
I remember, like, we were all in the restroom, and she goes, and she knowingly is washing her fucking mouth as Chantel has her eyes closed, bent, like, face over, and she spits, and even as she spits and sees the spit in Chantel's hand, clearly she saw it. Because the moment Chantel was done washing her face, like, oh my God, guys, I just, Chantel was washing her face and I was washing my teeth and I spit and she got all over. Like, it was the funniest thing. And I remember I was disgusted. I'm like, that bitch is so lucky she didn't to me. I would have spit right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not revenge, not being a girl's girl.
Yeah. I'm not saying everybody, but from what I noticed, a girl that is not a girl's, and I'm not saying everybody, a lot of people like a small circle, a lot of people, but a lot of them don't really have friends. It's not that hard to make friends. And I'm not saying some people don't like friends that much or just prefer to be isolated, and that's okay. But a lot of the girls that I met that aren't girls have like one friend and they talk shit about them.
Mm-hmm. They don't have a consistent friend group.
Right.
They can't keep friends. They're constantly hopping on friends or getting the next best thing because they don't know really how crummy of people they are. I feel like people who are not girls are really good at sometimes pretending.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they could put a good facade, but like you said, Evelyn, you'll always find the truth. You know, you'll start seeing patterns in them and you're like, why is she always talking shit about like this girl that's her best friend? And suddenly there's just something that's stuck always in the back of your mind.
A lot of them too, I will say at least some of the girls that are not girls qualities have is that they're big victims in their lives. Like they think the whole world is against them. Like it's just like my parents freaking hate me, or like it's just everything. It's everybody's fault. It's never their fault.
It's never their fault.
It's never like take some blame, grow up. Like it's you have a shitty personality. You have to work on that. You have a bad attitude. You have to work on that. There's a lot of things that they don't like taking. They don't like take ownership of their bad qualities that they'll blame everybody else.
Yeah, lack of accountability.
Right, lack of accountability. Yeah. So that's one thing I notice. And then again, when you meet really nice people that are, see beauty in everything, they manipulate those kind of people and they're like, yeah, everybody just doesn't like me. And that person that sees beauty in everything like feels bad for them. But then you grow up and you become that smart person and you catch on, and I'm like, yo, this is a pattern. Your friendships can't even last over a year or two. And then the ones that do, you probably talk to them like 3 times a year before. So I noticed that too. What are some tips that you guys would give for someone that wants to become a girl's girl, but she just catches herself not really fully being there, but wants to be that?
I think you need to get in front of a mirror, take a good look at yourself, and realize that that's the skin that you're motherfucking in. And whenever you see someone beautiful, do not start thinking, damn, well, I'm not tall like them. I'm not short like them. I'm not skinny like them. Don't focus on what you're missing and just see shit for what it is. People don't show up gorgeous in your house to intimidate you. they're just gorgeous in life. Like just like it's not your fault, whatever you feel you're missing in. You don't know what the next person, that the girl that you think is so confident, you don't know if she goes home and cries herself because she didn't like how she looked, or she had things that went on with her herself, or she has bad self-esteem. She has a deep mental health problems. And it's just like, why, or think to yourself before you make the comment, think to yourself, is me looking at the ash in her foot gonna make me feel better about the problems I truly have deep inside? Or will it just make me feel better about her being a little bit less than? And the answer to that should direct you to what you really want to be in life. Do you want to be a hater?
Or appreciator?
Or an appreciator? Ooh.
Or a motivator.
Ooh.
I feel like at the end of the day, when you're in a room and you see someone walking with full confidence, it doesn't even matter how they look. You can feel the confidence in someone, the way they speak, the way they stand, the way they interact with other people. Like, that's attractive. And I think the minute that you notice that, it's like, oh, how can I become that? Well, it all comes with hard work. You know, it's just like working on yourself. You want to become a fitness person, work out. You want to become healthier, just feeling less sick, eat healthier. You want to be the freaking, I don't know, you want to become an influencer, do things that are going to help you reach that goal, not stepping on other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like when you see a beautiful girl, and if you get like the inch to like compare or to think about yourself, don't. Just appreciate it. Just look and be like, wow, that's a gorgeous human being, you know? And you don't have to think about yourself. It's not about you. That person is not even thinking about you. They're probably, like how Isa says, thinking about their own problems, their own. If anything, you should probably go up and tell that person, hey, like, you're so beautiful, or I love your outfit, or, you know, and that would make them feel good. It'll make you feel good. There's little ways that you can do to show allyship, or to show like, hey, like, you know, I can appreciate a human being that's beautiful and confident, and also, you know, look at myself and appreciate the things I have about myself. And it all comes down to acceptance. Like Isa said, you have to look in the mirror and be happy with what you have, because, you know, if you're not, then put effort, you know, maybe put more effort in your look, or, you know, put more effort in yourself and time to yourself, or do things that make you happy. That's going to get you in that position of confidence, because you don't have to be beautiful to be confident. You know, you don't. You really, really don't. I've known people that are extremely confident, and they're not the conventional beauty standards, you know? So if anything, people like that motivate me to be more confident, because I'm like, wow, like, I need to appreciate more things about myself instead of, you know, picking at the little things I don't like about myself. And I feel like as you get older, you do become more comfortable in your own skin and more confident. You know, and it probably takes experience, because, you know, I remember being little and tripping about the littlest things. Like, you know, I had hair on my arms, and I'll be like, oh my God, a guy's never going to love me, you know, just for hair. So obviously I don't think like that anymore. But, you know, as you go on with age, you do kind of just start being like, why am I tripping over cellulite? Why am I tripping over stretch marks? Why am I tripping because I'm not like this standard? You know, it's like, no, you got to love yourself, and you got to be like, this is who I am, and I'm beautiful, you know?
Yeah. And I think another thing to what you were saying, Evelyn, how about we also take what we like from other people and implement it in our lives? If you see like, oh my God, this girl, every time I see her, she's always well put together, she's always looked done. So when you wake up in the morning, spend those extra 5-10 minutes, set an alarm, do those things that you think other people look beautiful in. Like me, now I love, ever since I lost my toenail, my 25th birthday, let's just say a bitch appreciates a motherfucking pedicure, you know? So like I now, to me, I'm like, oh, I love seeing like people have like their feet done. So I go out of my way to make sure that every month I get a pedicure. I really like doing my nails. Whoa, don't judge me today though. You know, so I make sure that I get my nails done. Like I wanted to start wearing more jewelry. I bought a jewelry organizer so that when I walk out the door, I can get the jewelry and put it on. Take what you like that others have and put that onto yourself, because no one has ownership of anything except curly hair. That's all me. But, you know, but at the end of the day, that's true. Like take what you see you like from others, put it into your own life and make it your own so that you can enjoy all the beautiful things that you think you don't have. Fill your life with them, create them in your own life.
Yeah, I like that. Instead of hating, be inspired.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like see and be like, wow, that bitch is beautiful. Like, okay, I see. Maybe I can do something like that.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. It's like a fit inspo. You like the picture? Look in your fucking closet. What the fuck do you have that's similar? Like
instead of saying I want to be that person, try becoming that person by taking the efforts of reaching that goal of becoming that person. Honestly, I actually really want to get better at running. But every day I try to run every day because I want to reach that goal. When I see runners, I get inspired and I'm like, that's so beautiful. Like I want to one day run a marathon and just be, I did it. But it takes time and effort. It's not an overnight thing. And like tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be the best runner ever. And it's not easy. You know, my progress isn't linear either, but it's about effort and waking up and showing up for myself every day because I only have one body, one life. And if I depreciate, if I depreciate my life, my looks, my personality for, let's say in 25, I wasted 25 years of my life not appreciating myself because I was focused on someone else's life. Like I'm only given one life. No such thing as life that's better than yours. Like J. Cole says that. Like it's true. Your life is beautiful. And if you don't find it beautiful, find beauty in it. In the ways that you create things, the way you do things with your hand, the way that you create stuff. But yeah, that would be my last tip for that.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment. But thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.